Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. And I had up alone, I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect.
Welcome people, Lumini here, back again with another episode of the Sunderland Save here on my channel. As you can see, we are still currently sat in first place. We start things off in this episode with a game against Watford, who currently sit in 12th. Last episode, things weren't too bad for us. We had a win against Blackburn, then we did take a massive loss against Norwich, but bounced back with a draw against Swansea. In this episode, we have Blackpool. Well, we do have Blackpool, but we have Watford, Blackpool, and then Sheffield to round the episode off. That will then see us almost at the end of December and almost into the January transfer window, where I think we do probably need a little bit of reinforcement. But like I've said before, that only comes for us if we make sales. We're keeping the team the same for now. Is Daniel available for selection yet, actually? Still not quite yet, so yeah, team staying the same for now.
As quickly as possible.
We are at the Stadium of Light for this one against Watford, so hopefully, again, like I said before, we can use home advantage to step up our game a little bit. Now we are in a 2-on-1. McCallum for some reason stepped up there. It's a good save from Patterson though. Our saviour Patterson has been for the last couple. Not quite sure why McCallum decided to step up at that point. Tom Cleverley now with that on the wing. Over to a Sprilla. Gosling going to strike one. Again Patterson with a good save. A bit wide. Find Ross Stewart. Oh, Ross Stewart fires it off the post. It was a very tight angle for him to even get a shot away. And he fires it off the post. Unless the referees are going to be very generous, which he is. And no, he isn't. Why didn't you just call it earlier? Half time, I would say pretty evenly balanced game so far. Either team could have gone ahead. But both defenses has been decent so far. I don't really understand what I've just witnessed there. Cleverly short. Going to go to the edge of the box to Gosling. Good tackle from Pritchard. They're going to press Patterson, but we should be able to loft this one out easy enough. Matete finds it to Gelhardt. Diallo's going to chip one through to Ross Stewart. And this is usually where Ross Stewart is dangerous. And as I was saying, as soon as the man is in the box, there's absolutely no way that you stop him from scoring. We just need to make sure we're getting him in that position. It's a good chip ball over the top from Diallo. And it's a typical powerful Ross Stewart run. Bombs into the box, finishes low. We are 1-0 up. Ross Stewart with his 25th goal in 24 games. Ross Stewart is absolutely insane at finishing. It's a poor pass out. Gelhardt's trying to curl one. It's a good save from Okoye. That's definitely a foul. We will take the free kick. Unfortunately, Pritchard was our man on free kicks, but he's gone off now. However, Richards does have 83 free kick accuracy, which I wasn't originally aware of. I'm going to try and take this one with Richards. I haven't taken a lot of free kicks this year, so and that's probably why. Joe Gelhardt gets a strike afterwards, but it's another good save by Okoye. We are going to bring Gelhardt off for Sims here. Try to swing it. Oh, I wanted it to go towards Stewart. It ends up going towards Sims. Intense pressure. Both players go down there. Let me give the ball away stupidly. Watford trying to attack. I want a foul if possible. Cabasele is going to be the man coming forward with that. That's not legal. You can't just trip me up to stop me from tackling you. We do push them backwards to Sirolta. We'll all take a foul if that is one. Mario Gaspar swings it in. It's going to be a last-minute corner. McCallum, I wanted him to clear it the other way, but for some reason clears it for a corner instead. Last-minute corner. Launch deep, but we do head it away. Ahmad, what are you doing with that? Bloody hell, Ahmad. We do walk away with the 1-0 win over Watford. Defensively, we did do very well in that game, to be fair. And once again, it's Ross Stewart being the absolute hero for us, getting his 25th goal of the season. Don't know why Ahmad at the end of that game tried to head it back into our box, but we do walk away with a 1-0 win at home against Watford. We're going to check out the player ratings. I was happy with Matete. I think it'd be a little bit too much of a stretch to potentially give him player of, or the inform. I think who I will give it to, because I was actually quite impressed. It could go to any three of them, but I think I'm going to give it to Danny Back, because I was impressed with the way that he performed. He also got the same rating as Ross Stewart. So Danny Back with his first inform right there. But yeah, getting a nice clean sheet there definitely helps. We are still 4 points ahead of Middlesbrough going into the game against Blackpool. So we've only got a couple of days before we're right into it. I think we probably will in this one make a couple changes. Yeah, and then Michu can play that camera. So yeah, we're going to have a couple changes here. Nothing too crazy though, so pretty much the same changes we usually make. But this one, we are at home again. Blackpool currently sitting 24th, I believe it was. So they are struggling at the other end. However, like I always say with FIFA, you never 100% know on this game what kind of like bottom of the table team you're going to get, because they do generally like to do this thing where out of absolutely nowhere they will just like play absolutely incredibly, the bottom of the table teams, and smash you. Oh, Richards, I thought you were going to nick that. Lavery. See what I mean? The pressure that we're already under. See what I mean about lower down the table teams? It's never a guarantee beating them, because for some reason, whenever you play them as the player, suddenly the low down the table teams start playing like a team that should be challenging for promotion. That pass in there, they got to every single pass before me. I was pretty sure as well that whoever this guy is, Kevin Stewart, was offside, because he was really far behind my defensive line, but apparently he just timed his run really well, it seems. Sims, can he launch through Ross Stewart there? It's a good ball over the top. That's got to be a foul. Are you crazy, referee? Like, are you actually crazy that that's not a foul? That's a good run by Sims. Will he be able to get him behind this time? No, because he also gets hit. A chance for them to provide a test. This referee just not giving any calls here. I don't know how he hasn't given that first one. Stewart literally threw on goal, takes a touch and gets away from his man. That's a foul as well. Okay, yeah, this referee's just not giving any calls. Better we'll try and give that though. The referee allowing play to continue. Corey Evans. Good 1-2 there. How fast is Garb up, by the way? Oh, Ross Stewart gets through and finishes, but he's offside. I can't believe those 3 calls there. There's a lot to be talked about with the officiating in that one. I also think that could be a foul on Richards. Garbutt is literally all over him. Dougal here. If that is onside, I'm going to be furious. Right, so if that's onside, what is Elise doing? What's Elise doing? Well, here it is again. Why doesn't he go across to intercept? Okay, fine. You know what? I could get mad, but what's the point? Because really, that's not going to solve anything, is it? Defensively, definitely not the same game as the last one. Patrick Roberts has a chance here. That is such a bad shot from Patrick Roberts. Oh my god, that's terrible. Roberts. We're just getting closed out in these areas right now. And Ross Stewart and Sims are not making the runs that I need. Jack Clark has to do better with that. Does really well to nick it off of his man, but he's got to be He's got to be shooting faster. He's giving the keeper far too much time. Matete. Ross Stewart. Oh, I shouldn't have passed that. That one was on me. That one, I can admit, was fully my fault. 2-0 down to the one of the bottom of the table sides. Like I said, this is what happens when you play bottom of the table teams and you expect to come away with results. We are not performing. I'm not particularly happy with Sims either, so I'm going to bring him off at half time. Clark Gelhardt to find Stewart. Stewart touches it down well. Oh, but again, we're too slow. What are we doing? 3 times, like 3 or 4 times now, we've broken into the box and just been so slow once we're in there. Stewart can go back to him.
So 2 minutes to be added on at the end.
At least to get 1 goal would be nice.
And still trying to get the shot off.
Just getting crowded out everywhere we go. That's a good bit of play though. Unfortunately, it comes 30 seconds until the end of the game. It took us all that time to finally find a bit of quality. Can we though? Can we? Oh, Gelhardt, you had one job, man. If you played that ball through, that's an equaliser. You can see Ross Stewart going mad at Gelhardt there. Gelhardt gets us 1 back, so it ends up only being 2-1 instead of the 2-0 loss. Got a risk of losing players, but like I said, we currently don't have any money, so we can't do anything about it. I'm quickly just going to restart the game because that thing being in the bottom corner is really bothering me. So that will see Middlesbrough close in to within 3 points of us. We do play Sheffield next, who obviously were undefeated. I don't believe they still are. They're currently down to 5th. No, they have now taken 2 losses. 11 wins, 11 draws for them. We've got 17 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses. So, like I said, we're overperforming. But the problem with that overperformance, and especially with me, is that then I want that overperformance to continue. Because now I do believe we are actually probably, from how we've played, good enough to go up. Alright, last game of the episode. Big one against Sheffield. They currently sit in 5th place. Obviously, we took a loss to Blackpool in our last game, which is a bit unfortunate. So we are hoping to try and bounce back in this one. We're not going to make any changes to the team because I'm happy with how everyone is playing right now. So yeah, we're just going to hop straight into the game against Sheffield. Hopefully we can step our levels up a little bit more in this game. Talking about Ross Stewart once again, top goal scorer. Obviously January's around the corner. We don't have money at the moment, so we're going to have to let some players go to make additions. So everything worked out. Diallo's got space here. Going to try and put in early to Ross Stewart. He goes for the diving header, but that was always quite tough. We kind of need a bit more whip on that cross from Diallo, I think. A bit more pace would have made it easier for Stewart to do something with it, but Ross Stewart is going to go into Gelhardt. See if Gelhardt can find the ball back to Stewart. He can. Ross Stewart is still on goal here. 1-on-1 with Fodringham, and Ross Stewart in 1-on-1 situations just does not miss at the moment. Sunderland off a quick counter-attack. We find ourselves in the lead. Good pass from Gelhardt, to be fair, to play it around the defence. Good run from Stewart. And it's a good finish 1-on-1. We know that Ross Stewart does not miss those opportunities when given them. And once again proving us right. And having faith that he can finish for us. How many goals is it for him now? 26th goal of the season. 26 in, 26 for Ross Stewart. Diallo's on the wing. We'll whip this one early. Should go out for a corner though. And it is going to be a booking for Koulibaly. That's a terrible challenge that he put in on Pritchard. It was super late. So he definitely did deserve a card for that. I mean, look at this. Look how late that challenge is. And from behind. I think he's lucky not to get a red. We can try and find the head of one of our bigger lads. Doesn't quite work out that way though. Danny Batt will win it back. Sharp now. First bit of play that Billy Sharp's seen for a little while. Osborne went down the wing. McCallum is there on him. Can't win the ball in the first 2 challenges. They will whip it low to Ndai. And luckily for us, Ndai tried to go for another one when he really probably could have gone for goal. That's got to be a red card for Koulibaly now. That's 2 terrible challenges. And Ismaila Koulibaly is gone in the first half. Like I said, I thought the first one could have been a red, but he's done the same challenge again. And now Sheffield are down to 10 men. Rhian Brewster having to come off for John Fleck. Oh, it was a low cross. Actually, it wasn't a bad cross. It was going towards the right way. Jack Clark took it out. Ross Stewart's going to try and curl one. Oh, it's a good shot from Ross Stewart, but it comes off the post. Going to fall to Gelhardt. He tries to shoot but can't. Fakes one and goes for another shot, but Basham gets there. Gelhardt again trying to play Stewart in behind. It wasn't a great ball though. That was a pass back. Hello? He's literally just passed the ball straight back to his goalkeeper. Well, we do go in at 1-0 up. It is obviously 10-man Sheffield United now. But you can see, even with 10 men, Sheffield United on the counter, they still can counter rapidly and create problems for us. With passes like that, though, if they continue to do that, we'll be in for a good time towards the end of this game. Good touch from Stewart there to get away from his man. Rolling Gelhardt. Diallo gets it back. Finds Stewart again. Oh, Fodringham committed to it. And it's let Ross Stewart have a free tap in at the near post. 2-0. Swiftly in the second half. Fodringham committed when the block was made. You see here Diallo gets the ball across. Fodringham commits to try and intercept, but Egan's the man who ends up chipping it up. And Ross Stewart is at the near post, can tap in for his 27th goal this season. Almost. Bogle's now come across to the other side. Oh, deflected from Danny Batt into the leg of the defender of Fleck, I think it was, who was coming through. Got some space here to work into. Joe Gelhardt. Ross Stewart might be on for his hat-trick here. And Ross Stewart willpower in his hat-trick. Sheffield United have fallen apart completely in this game. Ross Stewart is showing his class in this game.
Well, as you can see,
3 goals for Ross Stewart, 3-0 for Sheffield. Again, it's another good assist from Joe Gelhardt. But obviously, with the 10 men, we're finding those gaps. Sheffield United seriously rocked back on their heels now. That's why I was saying I was surprised by the amount of bodies they were still committing forward, considering they're down to 10 men and 2-0 down. But they obviously still felt they could get a goal in this game, and it has left them in a bit of a rough position now, where they're 3-0 down. If I'm them, I'm probably trying to cover up a little bit more, but they still look like they're more than willing to throw bodies at us. So it looks like it is going to be a 3-0 to Sunderland, which, following our poor performance last game, is a bit of a surprise, but it will be a 3-0 win. Koulibaly not doing his side any favours, but Ross Stewart getting himself a hat-trick. Obviously, I can't remember who else I gave informs to this episode, but obviously for that performance, Ross Stewart, he's earned the inform. He has to take it. I don't know what Ismaila Koulibaly is thinking. It's so poor from him to even do that. Joe Gelhardt is actually the man who ends up getting man of the match for his 2 assists. But we are going to give the inform to Ross Stewart. It will pop up right there for you all to see. So fortunately, we do bounce back with a good result to end the episode. We are still in first place on 58 points, 3 points in front of Middlesbrough, who sit just behind us in the table. We now open up a gap of 13 points between 5th place Sheffield and ourselves. So, though competitive at the top, we are starting I think, to maybe assure ourselves of at least a playoff spot, which obviously wasn't something we had planned for. Wasn't something I personally had planned for anyway. But if we do end up either getting automatically promoted or promoted through playoffs, obviously playoffs is a lot tougher, we will then take a look at how we're going to go forward with the series. It will still keep running, but it will just change the rules that I had set out in my first objectives. So we do take, unfortunately, a shock loss to Blackpool, but we do bounce back with a massive win over Sheffield, as well as the 1-0 win over Watford. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this episode. Next episode we will get into the first little bit of January. We probably won't do too much because it will be mostly the episode afterwards. But yeah, please like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell to get notified about when the next episode is available to you, and I hope to see you in it. Peace.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends comment.